Zephaniah or Zephaniah, a Negro Israelite, a son of Cush. Zephaniah means Yahweh hides. Now, Zephaniah's father was named Cushi, and Cushi as an adjective, that means black. In both Hebrew, it means black, and in Greek, it means black. Now, Cushi is an affectionate term for a Negro of Ethiopian origin, derived from the biblical land of Cush. And it is an area that was alongside the Niger River. And if you actually look at ancient maps in 1736 and ancient maps in 1747 of Africa, you'll find a country called Negro Land and the Kingdom of Judah. This is of utmost importance for us to understand how Yahweh is gathering the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad. Because what actually happened is in this Gulf of Guinea in Western Africa, European slave ship holders, they were Ashkenazi slavers. They were of European origin. They were Western Mongols that had infiltrated Britain and mainly Portugal. They were the Ashkenazi slavers. They were wealthy merchant slavers that went down to the coast of Guinea. They employed Mohammedan trappers, Islamics, to go into the Kingdom of Judah and Negro Land and take the royal house of Judah captive in slave ships, as it's recorded in the book of Deuteronomy, and bring them over to America, and they became known today as what? African Americans. Who is trying to enslave the African Americans more than any people? Democratic socialism, which is why I am a huge supporter of Blexit and Candace Owen and those that are bringing the awareness. Now, Blexit means what? It's African Americans or blacks that are exiting the Democratic Party because they've been awakened to see that the Democratic Party are the biggest slavers and always have been in the USA. So Candace Owens is doing an amazing job with Blexit, blacks exiting the Democratic Party, realizing that, of course, democratic socialism is, of course, all part of this globalist agenda of what we need to expose. So, all that to say this, Zephaniah, of course, a Negro Israelite, more complex than what Bible scholars would just like to rush through because it is not politically expedient to them today. We're going to see, of course, this area of which Zephaniah, this area, of course, of which we're talking about, Negro Land and the Kingdom of Judah. If you were to look at an African map today, the Kingdom of Judah right on the Gulf of Guinea appears today in the present day Republic of Benin and the nation of Togo. So if you look on a map today at the nation of Togo and the present Republic of Benin, that is where the Kingdom of Judah and Negro Land was. So this is very important to our history as Israel. Cush is one of the sons of Ham, who is the son of Noah. Now, Cush, therefore, is Noah's grandson. The territory named after Cush is called the land of Cush, and it's actually found in Genesis chapter 2, verse 13, where the word Cush is listed as Aethiopias, or Ethiopia in the Septuagint, the LXX, which is the same word, Cush, that's used in other verses in the Bible. You can find it in Isaiah 11:11, and it comes across as Aethiopias in the Septuagint, Isaiah 45 verse 15, Ethiopian, and of course we just studied it, Habakkuk chapter 3 verse 7, Ethiopian. So what we're talking about here is Negro as a anthropological biblical term, because I want to expose democratic socialism and slavery as it was then, so it is today, which is why I'm a big supporter of Candace Owens and Blexit, blacks exiting the Democratic Party. It's good for Israel, it's good for you, and it's good for the prophecies of the Bible, because Yahweh says that he will gather all 12 tribes, and the Ashkenazi are not one of them. Okay? But those taken captive from Negro land along the river Niger in the area that I've just located, that's very important that we understand what we're talking about. So, for Zephaniah's father to be named Cushi means that he was black, Negro, African, a regal Negro from Negro land or the kingdom of Judah. We have ourselves here an amazing black prophet anointed to warn Yahweh's people about his wrath on them for their sin. And of course, this black-skinned prophet is part of the lineage of Messiah. Now, Zephaniah's father was Cushi. His grandfather was, it says right there, Gedaliah. And Gedaliah, his great-grandfather was Amariah. And Hezekiah the king was his great-great-grandfather. So the dark-skinned Negro trait is woven into what? Into the genealogy, because Hezekiah is one of the kings in the genealogy of Yahusha in Matthew chapter 1. Now, no funky monks would have been preaching this to you, and you're not going to hear this in your local Baptist church, because they want to keep you down and enslaved, regardless of the color of your skin.